Hello and welcome back to the channel and yet another season of GPRO, and we are back in Elite yet again. Last season I managed to retain with a single point, and this season we are looking to score some more points to get more than 68 points and maybe some podiums or more. We will see and find out together. Currently, I don't have a technical director. We got the driver that we had last season, so we need to get a technical director before race 1 if possible. So let's go and check it out. But first, let's take a look at how my driver is looking after the season reset. And this is how he is looking. And it's looking quite nicely, I think. And hopefully he should be fast. I think most of the trainings early on might be focused on getting some motivation, as that brings some speed with it as well. I have made a few contract offers to a few technical directors, so let's take a look. I offered a contract to Kevin Sears for a pretty low salary. And then he got a contract offer from someone else, and then I was looking for a second option. And on the second option, so far there isn't any competition, so I think I should be able to get one of those two technical directors. So quickly check out Kevin Sears. He has a pit coordination of 250. And the second option has a pit coordination of 188, and both technical directors are pretty cheap, so that should mean we can save some cost. Finally, the time has come to pick the tyre supplier that we will be having for the upcoming season. And of course, there are only 3 real options, and those are the premium tyres. But first, let's take a look at the poll on the channel and let's see what the result is. And the result with about 38 votes, Michelini's won, option 2 won, just in front of the PP Rally with the joke vote that wasn't going to happen anyways, or I don't know vote, so that is out the window. If Bridge Rock would have won, I would have gone with it as well. I'm not quite sure if I would have gone for the Hancocks. And Michelinis have 6 dry performance, Hancock 7 and Brixroad 8, but the price difference is a little bit. But I think most of the field should be on Michelinis, hopefully. So let's go for the same, and let's push all season and sign the contract. And the contract with Michelini has been signed, so let's go racing. But first, how can you pay with it? Well, let's take a look. We currently only have one sponsor on the car that brings in $1 million, and that won't leave due to bad results. But did you remember the promotion sponsor that we did get when we promoted from Pro to Master? Yes, that is $3 million a race. So let's activate it, and that brings the total to $4 million sponsor income for a race. So, and we have more lined up in the near future as well. And we have some contract offer news, as the technical director Brian Shovlin has accepted the contract with his 188 pit coordination. And more importantly, when we get some kind of a result, we don't need to pay him any bonus money at all, and he's fairly cheap a race, so that should be very lovely. And of course, before race 1 we can also do driver training, so let's go. Yes, this is how my driver looks before race 1, and of course we can train him with sports psychologists for some extra motivation, but instead I'm going for ninja class for the extra concentration and increasing the aggressive slightly. So training done, and let's go racing! It's time for the weather update for race 1, and at race 1 at the Rafaela Oval it's hot, but more importantly it's dry. The hot weather will mean that we will see some Continentals, maybe some Bridge Rocks competing with the fellow Michelini, so let's see what happens. Race 1 of the season here at Rafaela Oval. We have qualified in a 24th position, and of course we are racing flat out all season. It's hot at the Oval, and of course that means that the Continentals are fast as well this race, and of course we have some traffic issues, and I have dropped my defending list for this race, and it seems like we get past a few cars, and then at some point I'm being re-overtaken from a car that I have just passed, and then we lose back the time that we gained from overtaking the cars in front. So yes, we are gaining some positions, and now currently we are in the 21st position. but rapidly we have lost the positions yet again on the next lap, and it seems like we are yet stuck in traffic and we are not making any gains, or simply that I don't have the speed for this race, as this is a very specific track which favors very high power. My car isn't anything special regarding excess of power or something else, and of course currently I don't have the best car in the group. Of course we didn't test at the end of the season, and that is hurting quite a bit. Of course we have selected the Michelini tires, but that doesn't do us really anything, and currently we are in 24th position with a few cars basically in front being traffic, so we are there or thereabouts, but never close to the points. Seems like we have the pace, and just about the second pit stop is coming up, and we are still racing for like a 24th position or something like that, and not really making any headway. And then after the second pit stop we are back in 24th. We have a driver mistake and we have lost the slipstream. There's also a fact here on this track, and in the end nothing happened after that, and we finished in the 24th position. Of course I didn't expect to get any points at all in this race, so nothing special really happened, to be honest. And of course after the race we check out the race analyze for race 1 of the season. Here's Rafaela Oval, qualified in a 24th position, used 100 CT with 0 defend risk, and of course at the oval it kills the engine, so the engine is already at 80%. Boosted at lap 4, but that didn't do a little bit, but not that much. He had some energy left at the end, which is nice, and of course decent pit stop times, I would like to say, with the new change, I think, and in the end a 24th position. As mentioned before, there is of course some new sponsor update, and after the race we have completed a contract with the sponsor for 1.4 million in race, Racing Life from Bulgaria, possibly being GPRO itself, and we have a new addition on the car. And let's take a look at the car level. Currently there is the car level just before race 2. Maybe a few changes will happen, but not that much. It's sorted on the car level, and currently I have the 36th car in the field. Of course I just downgraded the engine to make it last yet another race. Maybe others haven't, so that dropped me slightly. Before race 1 I had the 31st car, but of course with this car you can't expect to score any points really, any lead. Did you know that there are many more GPRO videos on the channel? Why not hit that subscribe button? Race 2 of the season here at Mexico City, qualified in the 10th position due to some rain in Q1, but after the start we are slowly losing a few positions, and we are basically in traffic. We are currently in 12th position, we are in the train that goes up to 8th position, and we have lost yet another position and even more. So yes, we are pushing indeed, and let's see what happens. Don't think that we have the speed currently, as the car level isn't high enough where it should be, and that is hurting us. So yes, it isn't ideal. Any points aren't realistic anytime soon, and it looks like we are racing for about a 14th position or something like that, if everything goes correctly, and it doesn't. We have a driver mistake, so we have lost some positions, and time for the pit stop. I think everyone is doing a 2-stop, and after the pit stop we seem to be out in a 20th position or something like that. So yes, it seems like we also don't have the pace at all to close a gap or something, and we don't have any overspeed, so about 14th to 18th without the driver mistake should have been my real position. So I think we are in the right place for what we can do at the moment with the budget and the package that we currently have. It's looking quite okay, but for this race there won't be anything useful coming out of it, at least not in the points tally, and we are just about to go for the second pit stop, and here we are, second pit stop, and everyone else is stopping as well, and we are in 18th, 19th position, nothing amazing to write home about, but at least we will make it into the cup competition, and that's at least some money, and it looks like we are finishing in 19th position. So I don't think that much more will be happening. So we have finished the race in an 18th position, and we had some okay fun, and let's continue. Race analyzed for race 2 of the season here at Mexico. Qualified in a lovely 10th position, but that mostly due to the rain in Q1, with the tires being great. 80 CT, some energy left, but the engine was at 98% damage, so we couldn't have gone any faster really. And we were quite lucky that we had only a single driver mistake and not smoked at the end of the race. In the end, finished in an 18th position, decent pit stops I think, and we made some money. And of course, after race 2, we have made it into the cup competition, and we have a tricky draw, but it might be doable. At least we can try to get through to round 2 of the cup competition. We'll see what happens. The main focus should be on improving the car level. That should improve results, and to do that we need to go testing, and to go testing we need to get a new engine, as we badly need one, and we need to downgrade the suspension, otherwise we might be in trouble in the upcoming race. And of course we need more testing CCP to improve the car level and improve the performance of the car. And now, of course, it's time for the test session. So far this season I have already done 1 test session, and time to go for the second of the season. And yes, hard tires, 34 laps. We'll be going for hairpins, as these points will be activated for race 6 at Monaco. And let's just drive the stints. Nothing special to report here, to be honest. Just doing the laps and getting the testing points in the end. And in a few races time there will be CCP on the car, and hopefully we should have get a little better car for Monaco, and maybe we are lucky with the weather and it rains, and we can use some advantage of the tires and get some points at Monaco. Who knows? Race 3 of the season here at Montreal, qualified in a lovely 10th position. It's cold and we are pushing flat out this race, so let's get going. And yes, we crashed on opening lap, and the race has finished at the end of lap 1. Got last place, most likely lost some money, and race over, no points. And of course, also after a race crash, we have a race analyze. So race analyze, we crashed at the start. We had some 80 CT planned. Overtake where possible at the start. Could have been okay. Nothing really crazy. At least we have some energy left over, and we hadn't any pit stops. We made a little bit of money. Race 4 of the season here at Valencia, qualified in a lovely 12th position, and of course we are racing, and this time I haven't crashed. Lovely. And yes, I have reduced the CT risk for this race because it's hot and not scoring points anyways. So yeah, you can clearly see that we don't have the speed, that we are holding up the cars behind us, and losing the connection to the cars in front. And also I'm doing a 2-stop, whilst everyone else is most likely doing a 1-stop. So in the end, the result in this race doesn't matter. So let's go to the end. And we managed to finish the race in a 25th position. Nothing crazy, and the race done, and up to the next one. Time for the race analyze of Valencia, race 4 of the season. We started the race in the 12th position. Yes, I believe Q1 was wet. That really helped with the qualifying position. And of course we had plenty of energy left because we didn't push flat out. At least we didn't crash. Finished 25th position, got some money, and basically ready to go yet again. And we finished with a testing update, as the first test points from the first test session that we did have become active onto the car now. So we have a lovely +6 at handling. So the first testing points have come in. That really helped going up, but of course the other ones are still basically too low, and we need to do more testing and wait a little bit until those become active onto the car, and then maybe we can go for some points or something else. We will see what is possible in the future. Race 5 of the season here at Poznan, qualified in a lovely 6th position. It's cold and we have lost a position at the start, but I'm using the extra soft tires. That might hurt a little bit before the pit stops. We will have some bad tires and we will be losing some time. Clearly we can see that we don't have the speed to follow the cars in front. We had a really nice qualifying and we might have been up a little bit too high onto the grid, that now we have some faster cars behind that are looking to overtake me, and I guess soon it will yes, it happened. We have lost position, yes, and another position, back down to a 9th position, and almost pit stop time, so it won't be long. Yes, the tires have gone off, so now we will be starting to lose some time, and here is the weak point of the strategy. But points weren't on the table, and think if I would have gone with yes, and we have pitted, and a driver mistake after the pit stop that cost about 7 seconds or something like that. But yes, points weren't on the table anyways. If I have used the soft tires, my qualifying wouldn't have been that high. I think most likely I would have finished around the same position, possibly. It looks like we have to speed currently to finish this race in a 13th or 14th position or something like that. But of course we can also enter race smoking, as some parts should be quite high in car damage, so anything can happen at this point. And clearly the gap stays about the same, and I believe when my tires go off we should be losing some time to the cars ahead, yes indeed, and pit stop time, and back out on track in a 19th position, as 16th as some more cars make a pit stop, and a 15th position. Seems like some cars have made the pit. Yes, someone into the pits. No question mark. Yes, it seems like a 15th position so far. Yeah, no, still someone making a pit stop. 14 so far. That looks to be everything that we can do, and also at the end of the race we should have some more bad tires, and hopefully we make it. There is a small danger that it was too hot. Yes, lovely, a car is smoking, we got a position, lovely, and we have lost a position, most likely due to our tires being onto the cliff, and we finished the race in a lovely 14th position, and finished with 0 on the race stats on the screen, but we'll see it in the race analyze in more detail. Race analyze for the Poznan Grand Prix, race 5 of the season, qualified in as lovely 6th position, used ATCT, maintained position at the start, boosting on lap 1, and still we lost the position, but I think that's mostly down to speed, and of course quite a few parts were high damage at the end of the race, so quite lucky that we didn't smoke. We had some energy left over, so lovely, and we ran the tires until they couldn't anymore, and we were quite lucky that they did make it, and we had plenty of fuel in the end, and in the end we finished in the 14th position, so I would say all okay. And we finish off with a sponsor update. Yes, indeed, we have signed yet another sponsor onto the car, and this one is for $1 million for 21 races on the rear wing, and that brings the total of sponsors for 6.3 million. And if you take a look at the stats page for sponsors and sort by Elite, we can see that I currently have the 11th most sponsors with 6.3 million in Elite. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon, and check out one of these videos if you haven't, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Goodbye!